Did he have to force you to recruit, or did you know that that was just something that was next in line?
I actually brought it up to him because, you know, like I said, I come from a good family and church-going family. And my stomping grounds for recruitment was churches.
Oh, wow.
Wow, churches.
Oh, yeah. That was my place of interest.
How would you approach somebody?
How would you approach?
How would you approach somebody at the church?
You just go home, you go to church every Sunday, do your homework on that person, that one person. You see her or him going up to the altar Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. You know he's going for something. He's praying for something. And usually I had my times where I would do my recruiting. It's called shopping season. So I would go during Christmas, during Thanksgiving.
And what would you look
Halloween.
for? Because we're trying to teach here. Yeah. What would you look for specifically?
The week.
The week. How would you be able to
know? Yeah.
Just conversation, having conversation with them. Come up to him, yo, or her, yo, you good? What I see you going up to the altar a lot. Just making small talk. She's going to tell me eventually what she want, what she praying for. Like I say, the shopping seasons, Easter time, you're either praying for that money for your spring break, that prom dress. You want something. Your mom need help with the bills, something. So I'm going to present it to you.
So you provided that thing that they were praying for.
But once you try to leave, you owe me.
Here's the thing, because we got to break this down, because I was reading that sex trafficking is when someone uses force, fraud, or coercion to cause a commercial sex act with an adult, and a minor causes a minor to commit a commercial sex act. How is this different from, because a lot of people think this and say, well, she was just a prostitute. How is being a prostitute different from being a victim of sex trafficking?
Prostitution and sex trafficking is two totally different things.
How is it? Break that down for us.
Prostitution, I can sleep with you today or tomorrow. You can give me money or a gift, car, house. You can be my sponsor, quote unquote. You can give me an allowance, quote unquote. I don't have to see you ever again, but you can continue to give it to me even though we're not having sex. Sex trafficking, you're going to do it. You ain't getting paid for it. More than likely, you're going to be going from state to state, town to town. You're going to be in a stable. You're going to be on track.
You're being held against your will.
You're held against your will.
Right. It's pretty much in prison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
What was the age of the youngest girl you recruited?
Oh, I never touched anything under 17.
Okay.
That just wasn't my forte, because I've seen it done to kids younger.
Yeah.
And that's my main thing that I teach now to parents and schools and everything. You know, the little form that you fill out when you register your kids in school, always make sure you fill everything out, even the part of the nickname. Even the part of the nickname. Because if I go to that school and I ask for that kid and I don't say that nickname, they have to call the police. And they have to call the person who's the direct emergency contact.
So you were that bold that you would actually go to a school?
No. I said.
But you've seen that. You've seen that. But why wouldn't you? I mean, because I'm pretty sure you were underage at that time, right?
Yes.
Your pimp at the time knew that, and he wanted you to recruit for him. You're recruiting for him. Why wouldn't he make you do things like that?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. I was mostly the girl that went to the concerts. Was going backstage with the quote-unquote celebrities, the basketball games, hitting the block. You know, I was I was more of the trick of the trade, and I guess it was because of my look. Because when I was younger, I had the long, silky hair, the hair that the girls wear now with the weave.
Right.
I had that, and I had the body, all that.
What's the difference between recruiting and kidnapping?
It's not.
So it's the same.
It's the same. It's the same.
Even once you talk to them and they willingly go with you, that's still considered kidnapping.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're going to want to go home. And you're going to hit them with the brainwash technique. That's what we call it.
Okay.
How did that work?
You owe me.
Really?
You owe me. I did this, that for you. You owe me. By the time you sit down and think about it, you eat, drink. I've seen times where they've actually drugged someone and they woke up in a different state, went somewhere totally different. So it's no, people always ask, why didn't you just leave? How come you just, you can't just leave. You've told this man your whole freaking life. You've even introduced him to friends, family. That's gonna always be in the back of your mind with him saying, oh, if you do this, I'm gonna do this. You've made friends in the house, in the stables that you're in. So you don't want nothing to happen to them.
You fear for their lives.
So it's like, why even risk that?
Yeah.
Knowing that if you leave, somebody else is gonna pay the consequences that you've either taken a liking to, or it could be your family.
Now that you're out of the life, do you sometimes think about all of the women that you did recruit?
No.
Why not?
Because it'll set me back. It'll set me back from paying it forward.
Yeah.
So with me paying it forward is, I think about the 1,500 plus that I've rescued. I think about when I get the calls during Super Bowl from in all kinds of law enforcement agencies. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you help me with this? Have you heard that? Thinking about it actually fucked me up even more.
Right.
Is your pimp still around now?
I don't know.
So, but the thing is, so you've helped 1,500 get out of the life. How many do you think you helped recruit overall? Just
nowhere near.
Okay, nowhere near. Okay,
No.
But you finally got the courage, right? You was talking about everything that stopped you from leaving, you know, including fear for your life, your family, and other women in the state. What finally made you say, you know what, enough is enough, and I got to get out of this?
I didn't.
How did it happen?
The person who helped me came and got me from there. He actually didn't know that's what he was doing.
Okay, what do you mean?
When they place you in a stable, they usually place you with a family or somewhere where you're gonna fit in. So when he came, he actually came to the house looking for the friend of his that was there, and they wasn't there. So it was me, 2 guys, a man and his wife and her son, and we all stayed there. So the person who rescued me thought I was their cousin. He thought I was a family member of the people that stayed there. He not once knew that I was actually there against my will.
So hold on, your pimp places these women with a family, an actual family that are in cahoots.
Yeah, because usually they're on drugs or something. So by me staying there, I was the payment that they would give, and he would give them drugs by allowing me to stay there.
So he would give the family drugs. Okay, that's how they got paid, and they ensured that you
But stay there.
Stay there. They fed you, treated you like a family member, whatever. So all of a sudden,
didn't treat me like a family member.
okay, but you know, like So then a cousin of theirs comes over.
No, he's not a cousin.
Okay, so
the guy who he came there for the cousin.
He came there for the cousin.
For the family's cousin,
For
someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. Asked to go to the movies. The cousin wasn't there, and I wound up going to the movies and didn't come back.
You went to the movies with him?
With the guy, yeah.
So when you're at the movies, because I'm trying to understand this. Yeah, break
That's
this
what I'm
down.
like, break it down. So how did that go?
He asked me, well, Kendall's not here, so you want to go to the movies? I was like, huh? Because he never talked to me when he came over. He never talked to me when he came over. And I was like, what? And mind you, I had been asleep, and I had woke up from a nap when he knocked on the door. And he was like, you want to go to the movies? And I was like, just looking, I was like, all right. And I was like, who here? Because he was actually coming in. He was like, I don't know, Kendall's not here. So I just went back to the back, and I knew it was God's grace because they never leave me there by myself. They never leave the doors unlocked with me. If I am there by myself, I always could go to the bathroom, kitchen, living room. That was it. So that day, the door was wide open, straight down the hallway. I'm looking, and I see my license, my birth certificate, my Social Security card laying on the dresser. I was like, hold up. So I went to the back and got my stuff, and I was like, let's go. And he was like, damn, you act like you moving like that. And I was like, nah, I said, because when we leave the movie, I need you to drop me off somewhere. So he was like, yeah, I'm leaving because we can't stay out long because I'm leaving and I'm moving to Philly. And I got to drive by myself early in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, cool. I say, but hey, you want to leave tonight? Mm. And he was like, huh? I said, I got my license. I got my DLs. So I showed him my license. We went to the movies, and after the movies, we left and went to Philly, and I didn't look back.
So this is a guy you had seen before, and he didn't know what was going on before in the house?
No.
He had no idea.
No.
Did you tell him what was happening when you were... So he just, unbeknownst to him, he was basically helping you escape.
Yeah.
Have you, now at that time you say he didn't know, did you ever reveal to him at any time?
What did he say?
What did he say?
We got a divorce.
What do you mean we got a divorce?
Yeah, we
Oh, you guys ended up getting married.
Oh.
He was my boyfriend off and on for a little while.
Oh, wow. Oh, this just took another twist. All right, so you guys...
It's in the book.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So he had no idea all this stuff was happening. This is his family members. You guys...
No, it's not his family members.
No, he's dating a cousin.
Okay, but
they're just friends.
So he comes over and whatever, and then all of a sudden when did you finally have the courage to reveal what was happening in this?
2012. And
how long had you guys been together?
Well, we was off and on from, 99, off and on, and then we got married 2002.
Okay.
And he found out 2012.
What made you tell him after being together all that time, you had escaped and you never said anything? Why at that time did you just decide to say something?
I mean, we had filed for divorce and everything. You know, we was, because a lot of it started to come up in our marriage, and I couldn't break down to him what was going on with me because I didn't know how to. And the divorce is final and everything, and someone tried to kidnap my daughter off the number 6 train on in New York. So that's what made me
This is before you became an advocate for all of this.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I was working. I'm a nurse, working in a hospital in New York. So I didn't want anybody to know that life. I was perfect Patty, you know, working in a hospital, got many degrees under my belt as far as in the medical field, and didn't want nobody to know that life. Yeah. Until one day, my kids was like, Mom, let's take the train. And I was like, we're not taking no train. Since we've been here in New York, we always had a car. So that day, it was nice. So I said, all right, fuck it, let's get on the train. Got on the train, took them to school, went and picked them up, and on our way home, we found out 72 hours of this person trying to take my daughter. He was a person of interest over here on the West Coast for kidnapping 3 other kids.
Wow. What did you think about that?
Karma.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma. And then that's when you went into action, that you said something, I got to do something about this.
No, my husband now told me I have to do. He was like, is God telling you?
Your husband now? Okay.
He was like, is him telling you, yo, it's time for your story to come out. You've been hiding it. You've been seeing so much going on, and you're not paying the signs any attention. It's time. He was like, it's time. You can't just keep going and keeping everything bottled in. You see stuff on the street. You see it going on here in the Bronx, and you just walk past like it ain't nothing. I was like, that's not my business.
No, it is.
I will always say, that's not my business. You keep your nose out of people's business. And when the guy fractured my daughter's arm, it was just like, really? This is just how we gonna play this? Because, you know, I constantly battle with myself, and I always say, you know what, me and God, we beefing. I used to say that all the time, like, we beefing right now. Either I'm gonna win or he gonna win, I don't know. And it just so happened that morning, I remember saying it to my kids because they wanted something. And they was like, Mom, let's just pray that we get to go to Disney World. Let's just pray that we get the money up and you don't work so much so we can go to Disney World. I was like, me and God, we beefing right now. We at a standstill. Let's see who gonna win. And lo and behold, he
gonna win.
Well, he gonna win all the time.
He gonna win all the time. When he wants to
Thank
get
God that God does win.
won.
And thank God for your husband that's currently that encourages you to do that, because you're now helping other people. Tony.